Hi everyone, I am Mike and welcome to the first episode of Hungry Peruvian Abroad. We started this channel to find home through food, specifically Peruvian food, but cooked with ingredients that you can't find abroad. Why? Because if you are Peruvian, food is an important part of who you are. A year ago, we moved to the UK, specifically to London, but we quickly realized something very dramatic. No yellow potatoes, no ají amarillo, none of our day-to-day ingredients from home. So I spent a year hunting for substitutes to teach what I have learned so everyone can cook a little piece of Peru. Today we're gonna do arroz con pollo, which is chicken with green rice. In the description of the video, I'm gonna include all the ingredients, but right now I'm gonna show you the ones that you can find here in the UK, specifically like in some grocery stores like Tesco or Cogo, but we normally use a different one in Peru. Anyway, I will show you right now. This is a long grain rice from Tesco. It's pretty normal, you can find it anywhere in any Tesco. Since almost 90% of this dish is rice, this is probably the core of the dish. It's a long grain rice from Tesco. I brought something very special for today. This is the ají amarillo. This is a yellow chili pepper sauce that we use in 90% of the Peruvian dishes. You cannot find it anywhere. It's very difficult to find if you go to a Latino place in the UK. Probably you can find it. Still, it's not that very common. If you're curious about where to find this, hit me up, hit me a text, and I will tell you how to get this ají amarillo sauce. This is delicious. I am very lazy, so I'm gonna use some of these frozen mix of vegetables. You don't have to spend time chopping or dicing the vegetables. In my first months in London, I spent so many days going to the pubs and going with my friends. And the first time I had a Guinness, I thought this could fit perfectly with one of the Peruvian dishes, and it's arroz con pollo. So this time we're gonna use Guinness. Now that we are ready, let's start. We're gonna use 2 oranges, 3 to 4 limes, these limes are limes that you can find in Tesco. Did you hear that? Small bowl. It's a very heavy drink. It's I remember when my brother-in-law said that a Guinness in the morning is like having a liquid breakfast. We're gonna use a lot of salt. Why? Because the acidness of the lime is gonna neutralize the flavor of the salt. Now we're gonna mix a little bit this. We don't have to use a blender, it's not needed. It's very, since the Guinness is 90% of this and most of the things here are liquid, you don't have to use a blender. I'm gonna put the chicken on one of these things, and I'm gonna cover it with the mix that I have made. After that, I'm gonna put the chicken on the fridge and let it rest for an hour and a half ish. The more time you let the chicken rest with a mix on it, the better the taste is gonna be. You can go up to 24 hours. I've done that in the past. It's delicious, but for today, we're gonna do it for an hour and a half. Okay, now we're gonna start with the base of the arroz con pollo. So we're gonna use 2 of these 3 onions here. We're gonna dice the onions in a l'ingrounois, which is like a French term to define the 1 or 2 millimeters cut of the onions. So we're gonna use that. We're gonna put it in the pan with some hot oil. Then we're gonna add garlic, and in the end, we're gonna add the magical ají amarillo. Okay, onions are ready. I'm about to cry, as you can see. This is not perfect. This is bad, but it works. It doesn't have to be perfect, but well, anyway, at least it didn't make me cry. Or yes. We're gonna use this tall pot here. Why? Because I'm gonna cook for a lot of people, and I think I'm gonna use two actually. Yeah, I think since I'm cooking for 8 people today, I will use this tall pot here. When the oil is hot, we're gonna put the onions there, and then we're gonna wait for 20 seconds, and then we're gonna add the garlic paste and salt. Now I'm going to use the garlic paste, and I'm going to use 1 spoon of garlic paste on each of the pots. So a big spoon of it. We love garlic in Peru. I'm going to add salt right now. We're gonna let the onions cook for 20 minutes approximately, and after that we're gonna add the yellow chili pepper sauce. I normally use like 3 to 4 spoons of yellow chili pepper sauce on each pot, so I'm gonna use 8 this time. After adding that, I'm gonna cook it for 15 minutes more, and then we're gonna add something very important of this dish. I didn't mention it before because coriander is easily found in Peru or also in the UK, but we are going to use a lot of coriander in this dish. It's very delicious, it's very healthy, and it goes very good with the rice. Okay, now I'm gonna wait and let this thing get cooked for 15 minutes approximately. That time I'm gonna blend the coriander with a little bit of water, so it can easily be blended, and I'm gonna add that on these 2 pots here. I'm gonna use this coriander. I'm gonna put it in the blender. I'm gonna add some water, blend it, and then I'm gonna add that on the pot. Don't forget to move this every 1 minute so it doesn't get burned. I have the blender here with the coriander. I'm gonna add some water. Look at this. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. This smells bad. Yeah, don't worry. The coriander flavor is very strong. After an hour of cooking it, it turns into something delicious. So don't worry. If you smell it and you feel, oof, this is going bad, it's completely the opposite. You're going in the correct way. Now, to make things easier, and since I also have to cook the chicken, I'm gonna put everything what is on this pot to this other pot. So I'm gonna use this one to cook the chicken, and then I'm gonna leave this cook the mix of onions, garlic, yellow chili pepper sauce, and the coriander. So I'm just gonna switch sides here. And then, as I said, I'm gonna put everything what's on here, the other pot. has already passed 15 minutes after we started cooking this, so it's more than ready. This orange, or kind of, yeah, kind of dark orange mix here, it's the base of 70% of the Peruvian dishes. We always use the same thing as the base. This has stopped cooking because we just added the coriander with water, and the water wasn't cold, but it wasn't like boiling temperature. So let's wait until this start like boiling, and we're gonna let that cook for an hour approximately. As I said before, the coriander has a strong flavor, so we're gonna let this cook for an hour because we want to lower the intensity of the coriander when we are preparing this. In the meantime, I'm gonna use this other pot to cook the chicken, which I'm gonna take off the fridge right now, and I will show you how to cook that properly. Don't throw this away, please. You're gonna use it later. Okay, now with the chicken, we're gonna put these chickens on the pot with the hot oil. We're gonna start the process of sealing. We call it sealing in Peru, or like sellar in Spanish. So the process of cooking the skin of the chicken so we can create this crust that is gonna help us to keep the flavors and the liquids of the chicken inside. After doing that, we are going to put these chickens back to the pot where the coriander and the other things are getting cooked. We still have 30 minutes left with the pot, with the coriander and everything else. So I'm just gonna show you this thing here. This is chicken stock pot. We have probably the same thing in Peru, but here I find that the stock pots are better. Yeah, it's simply better here. So I'm just gonna use one stock pot. We're almost finished with the mix with the coriander, and it's almost an hour, so we're gonna start doing cooking the chicken and the rice with that mix. The thing is that if I were normally cooking, like normally I cook for 4 to 6 people. If I were doing that today, I would just do everything here on this pot. However, since I'm cooking for 8 people, I'm gonna need more space on this pot, so I'm just gonna put some of this mix on this pot here so we can split the things again, and I will start cooking the chicken and the rice in each pot again at the same time. We're gonna use again this mix of Guinness, lime juice, orange juice, and the other spices, and this is gonna add a lot of flavor to the dish. As I said before, don't throw it away, keep it for the last part. I'm gonna use this amount of rice here, and this is for 8 people. I'm going to add half of the rice on this pot and the other half on the other pot. Great. we're also going to use this mix here, and we're gonna throw it on the pots. We're gonna add the chicken too. We're gonna add some more water, and we're gonna use the chicken pots that I mentioned before. Okay. Now, one final secret from my grandmother. This use here, don't throw it away. Put it on the pot. Thank you, Grandma. Now we're gonna let this cook for 20 minutes, and we have to lower a little bit the intensity of the fire. And let's wait. See you in 20 minutes. Now we're in the last part. We have to remove the chicken from the pots. We're gonna use the frozen vegetables that I mentioned at the beginning. I'm just going to add like this amount of vegetables. So I'm gonna add this here because it's, I think this the rice is gonna be finished in less than 3 or 5 minutes. So I'm just gonna add this and try to integrate everything here. Thanks everyone for staying until this part. We have finally finished with the chicken, the rice, and here I'm boiling some potatoes because we're gonna serve the arroz con pollo with papa a la huancaína, which for me is the perfect companion for arroz con pollo. So thanks for following us until this part. This is the first video of a series of various videos that we're gonna create, and we're going to try to replicate the authentic Peruvian cuisine here in London. Yeah, I don't want to tell you how this is because probably you are not gonna believe me because I am the one who cooked this. But we have invited over some friends and they're coming, so we're gonna record some reactions. Yeah, let's see how that goes. Please follow us, subscribe, give us a like, comment, yeah, everything please. Thank you. So what do you think, Diego?
I have not tried the chicken, but the rice is spectacular. The potato is a very unique texture. The sauce is incredible. Overall, 10 of 10. We'll try the chicken next. Thank you.
No saben lo difícil que es cocinar y oler esto y no haber desayunado. Me estoy muriendo.